Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter, back at its regular time. We got to get into it, but first, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Let's get in here. A lot to talk about, not a lot of time, but I'm going to squeeze everything in that I can. See if I can get a little bit extra light. Hey, good morning, Monica. Good morning to you. We're going to let everybody get in here. Got a lot to talk about. Victim number 4 just put the nail in the coffin. Morning, Patricia. Victim number 4 just put the nail in the coffin. And we need to talk about it. Diddy has done his last freak-offs, especially if we're talking about in the free world. What I saw in that courtroom yesterday, y'all, was the saddest testimony. Good morning, Ebony. The saddest testimony I've ever seen in person or maybe even on TV. Victim number 4, who we are calling Mia, she wasn't a girlfriend. She wasn't a longtime friend of Diddy. That's what makes this victim different. See, this is just somebody who came to work, who had dreams of working in the entertainment business. And Diddy did the same thing he allegedly did to so many others. Cassie, Gina, Capricorn Clark. Hey, Tracy. Good morning from, is that Green Bay? Good morning. Kim Porter. The chef. List goes on and on. Out of all the days I've been out here covering the trial, every time we would leave the courtroom, everybody was kind of talking, even through some of the tough testimony. But yesterday, when we all left that courtroom, it was like we left a funeral. It was literally like we left a funeral. Everybody was quiet, stoic, just looking at each other, not being able to even comprehend what we had just heard on that witness stand. And we're going to talk about it. Good morning, Gianine, I'm sorry. T. Presley, good morning. Good morning, Laura. Letting everybody get in here. I know our schedule has been a little thrown off this week, but I was going to come last night, but since I knew I was going to be able to come back at the regular time, it's just too much for the algorithm. If I did one last night, I really wouldn't have been able to do one this morning. So since I knew I was going to be able to go live at our regular time, I said, okay, I'll just wait for the morning. Monday, we'll be back at our normal 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. Glad to be back. Also glad to have been able to experience the trial of the century, and ain't nothing like being here, like seeing it firsthand, being able to confirm that Diddy is actually on trial and in the courtroom. Good morning, C-Tuck. Good morning, C-Tuck says, make sure y'all like the live as y'all enter, please, and thank you in advance. Appreciate you, C-Tuck. You could tell Diddy still has fear instilled in her, who we call Mia, because even up there, she was like, it was hard for her to say certain words, to describe certain events, and Diddy was staring at her stone face as if he wanted to jump on that witness stand. Thank you, Reagan. Yeah, I got a great community who all purchased the VIP Diddy subscriptions, which really gave me the extra money that I needed to come out here. So as always, thank you to the Flow community for being behind me and supporting me, and donating their whatever money they could for subscriptions that helped get me here. I've been giving them all type of exclusive content. I've been working double time, almost triple time, getting content out to social media, still doing my podcast content and the exclusive content, all while running in and out of the courtroom. It's been a great experience. Y'all know I'm the hardest working man in flow business, and I wear that as a badge of honor. I enjoy outworking my competition. Hey, I appreciate you too, Lindsay. Hey, Keisha Fortner. So we're going to get right into it. But y'all, Mia just put the nail in the coffin. Good morning, Kathy from Seattle. Mia just put the nail in the coffin. Let's get right into it, y'all. No need to put ones in the chat if you can hear me before I get started. Technology has been glitching a little bit in New York, but put ones in the comments if you can hear me. Hey, Nadreema, put ones in the comments if you can hear me. And I'm gonna get started. Mia wasn't a girlfriend. Mia wasn't a long-time friend. Mia wasn't a Black woman. Mia was a totally different demographic and dynamic than we have seen so far. Mia was purely a woman who really wanted to work in the industry. And as she said herself, she figured she could just pack her mattress on the top of her car and go to New York and make it happen. She first started out being an assistant for Mike Myers, which is why we may have heard his name now. Remember, amongst other things, Mike Myers was at that party. Who knows if that's when he introduced Mia to Diddy. At that party I told y'all about that Mike Myers was at back in the early 2000s. And that may have been the first time Diddy saw her. I haven't been able to research that, but Mike Myers was she was his assistant first. Then she got the job with Diddy, and all hell broke loose. I'm telling y'all, every single day we've been leaving that courtroom, everybody has kind of been talking about, discussing what they saw, normal conversation. Yesterday, after Mia's testimony, it was like somebody died. And I'm talking about people who were on Diddy's side, people who are opposed to Diddy. Everybody was on one accord, not talking. Even the people who have been defending Diddy said he raped that girl. It was one of the most pivotal moments in this case, and I'm blessed and glad I was here for it. So we're going to use Fox News, and then we're going to break down her whole testimony. Ex-assistant's harrowing testimony exposes alleged abuse, forced labor, and drug trafficking. 3 out of the many acts that can give your ass RICO. This young lady, Mia, exposed mainly forced labor and drug trafficking and alleged abuse and rape and sexual assaults. I would love to see what TMZ has to say now, but we're not even going to talk about them. So the ex-assistant's harrowing testimony exposed Diddy. Let's get right into it. They got so many commercials and everything. Let's get right into this mess. I can't. This is unbelievable, y'all. So about the forced labor. There were times she recalled working 5 days in a row. 5 days in a row with no sleep. Taking Adderall just to stay up. She worked 24 hours a day, basically. She said it was times when she did get a small break. It wasn't even time to take a nap. She didn't even have time to take a nap. So let's get into it. Sean Diddy Combs' former assistant broke down in tears while testifying Thursday in the federal trial for sex crimes in RICO. Using the anonymous pseudonym Mia, Diddy's ex-employee claimed the last night rapper sexually assaulted her. Last night meaning the song they're talking about. Mia said she was sleeping in an unlocked room that had bunk beds, and she allegedly woke up with Diddy on top of her with instructions for her to be quiet. Mia testified that Diddy used one hand to get his pants off and the other hand to control her. She claimed through her tears, he put himself inside her. Her words exactly. She said she just froze. Mia said on the stand, I didn't react. She said she felt terrified and confused, ashamed, and scared. Now, let me give y'all some context. She didn't even use her name. The sketch artist was instructed by the judge to not even draw her face. She didn't ask for any money. She had no motive to expose the darkest secrets in her life. She said she was ready to take all these sexual assaults and this story to the grave, just from pure embarrassment alone and for fear of retaliation. She was not a girlfriend. She was a person who worked hard, and Diddy worked the dog shit out of her. Forced labor is one of the acts of RICO. Here we have forced labor, we have rape, and we also have drug trafficking, as explained by Mia. Mia testified that she never, ever wanted to have sex with Diddy. She never insinuated. She never asked him. She never flirted. She said the assault was very quick, but it felt forever. She don't even remember how it ended, but she know that Diddy made sure he was finished. Yanni, I agree. Yanni says Mia is the star witness of this whole case. She sure is, and to be honest, Gina will be second as the star witness if they ever locate her and have her come in. She has a similar story. But like I said, the difference is Mia and Cassie were girlfriends. The defense is trying to muddy those waters. But this is just a woman who was working, a white woman from a small town that just got a job working for Diddy, and it turned into a nightmare. Her dream turned into a nightmare. The former employee told the court that she couldn't say no. Diddy had control over him. You couldn't tell him no on anything if you worked for him. She said you couldn't tell him no to a ham sandwich. She knew his power. She admitted he had control over her, and that she did not want to lose everything she sacrificed and worked hard for. I try to explain people that it takes so much sacrifice to get into the music and industry world and the entertainment world that once you get there and you make it and you're being paid, it's very hard to walk away. And if you work a regular job and you went to college and you got a good job, you might not understand that. But many times people who work hard and make their way into the entertainment world, they don't have very strong credentials to get a job on par with that. And not only that, Diddy could blackball you. So it's not like you could just quit for him and then go work for another entertainer. Once you mess it up, quote unquote, with Diddy, you're done out of the whole entertainment industry, something you worked hard for. I really wish more people could understand that aspect. I can understand that. I sacrificed to get in the entertainment world. I know what it takes, and I know how hard it is to walk away, especially in certain cases. Thank you for the super sticker, Munoz. I really appreciate it. New York costs an arm and a leg, so every super sticker you can send or super chat will be greatly appreciated. I'll be able to get me some good lunch. Anyway, she claimed that Diddy sexually assaulted her sporadically throughout her employment, with the first incident took place at his 40th birthday party in New York. Y'all, this story was sad. I was front and center for this one. I couldn't believe it. She said it was Diddy's 40th birthday. And Diddy cleared out the kitchen and called her into the kitchen. It was just her and Diddy. And Diddy gave her 2 shots of alcohol. Mia claimed that 2 shots of alcohol hit her like 20 shots, implying that there was some funny business with that alcohol. And after Diddy gave her those 2 shots, she froze. Then Diddy began to kiss her and moved his hand up her dress. She said, I was shocked. I froze. She said Mia said that not only was Diddy her boss, but he also was a very, very, very powerful person. She claimed she don't even remember coming to and getting up from the kitchen to the penthouse. Somehow she ended up with the penthouse with Diddy all over. Mia also testified that not only did she witness the Bad Boy Records founder getting violent with Cassie, but he also was violent with her. She claimed he once slammed her arm into a bathroom door after allegedly stealing her cell phone. During another alleged assault, Mia claimed Diddy threw a computer at her head while on the set in Los Angeles. And guess who was there when Diddy threw a computer at her head? Swiss Beats, another celebrity who stood idly by while Diddy abused people left and right, throwing things, hitting people, choking people, slamming people, dragging people, and more. She became emotional when she told the court she was not only terrified and humiliated, but also confused. She thought something was wrong with her to make him so upset. She said she couldn't tell him no about anything. She felt like she didn't want to be a target. She told the jury she was afraid of being fired and worried about Diddy ruining her future. Mia claimed she was afraid of the music mogul and afraid he would twist the story to make it look like she was the problem. Mia said she was concerned her job would be over and she would never be able to work in the industry that she worked so hard to get into. Mia looked down throughout her much of the trial, head down like this. It was sad as Diddy stared straight into her soul as if he was trying to intimidate her from his seat. She even told the court she was given a warning before an incident with Diddy. She talked about the time when she was still relatively new and she was asked to go to Diddy's apartment. Upon arriving to the apartment, Uncle Paulie allegedly gave her a warning as if I've seen this before. She went upstairs with Diddy's bags, where he allegedly asked her to pull something up on the computer for him. While she proceeded, Diddy allegedly sat down next to her, leaned over, and put his face in the computer in an uncomfortable way. Mia said he had never been that close, which made her antennas go off. She felt uncomfortable. She didn't know how to behave. She testified that she faked needing to use like she really had to go to the bathroom really bad, and Diddy let her leave for the evening. Mia said after that she was convinced herself that maybe he wasn't trying to do nothing, and maybe Uncle Paulie was just joking with her. See, this was after the first incident. And so she said to herself, see, he was just drunk. That's me. I was tripping. And she convinced herself that the first incident, which was at his 40th birthday, she had convinced herself that he was just drunk and that was an unfortunate incident. But it was more than that. It was more than that. She spoke about working, like I said, 5 days in a row one time with no sleep. She had to keep taking Adderall just to stay up. Just unbelievable testimony. Everybody's eyes were filled up like somebody was cutting onions in there. Everybody's eyes were filled up like they were cutting onions in there, man. Like I said before, this wasn't a girlfriend. And to all those who said they don't see RICO, they didn't see RICO, or the prosecution don't have a case, you just don't have a heart. You don't have a soul. You don't stand for anything. If you can listen to this type of testimony and read these type of articles and say you don't see anything wrong, well, you're part of the problem of our society. She even testified that Diddy made her partake in drugs, basically would not stop forcing it on her, embarrassing her, telling everybody she messing up the vibe for everybody. She tried to fake taking the drugs, and that made him even more mad. He threw pots of spaghetti at her. He threw almost everything you can name, he threw at her. Everything but the kitchen sink. Mia didn't do it for clout. She didn't even reveal her name. Sketch artist can't even draw her. She totally did this as a ghost. She didn't do it for no money. She's not getting any money. She went up there and told things that you only tell if you're telling the truth. What did she have to gain by going up there and talking about all these alleged sexual assaults? That you could tell she was embarrassed. She didn't want to talk about it. But she did it because she realized if she don't talk about it, then this behavior could continue, and she can't imagine letting somebody else go through what she went through. She even talked about the time they were on a private jet and everybody was asleep. And she said in order to go to the bathroom in the back, you had to walk through Diddy's room. She said everybody was asleep. She went to the bathroom. And the minute she came out of the bathroom, as soon as she opened the door, guess who was waiting for her? Mohawk Diddy. Forced her back into the bathroom and violated her. There were at least 4 alleged events. Even another event where she said she was in his walk-in closet. It was other people at the house. She was organizing or doing something with the walk-in closet. And so she was down low. She said Diddy walked in there, pulled his itty-bitty Diddy out, and forced her to blow him. She said all of these events would happen when none of his girlfriends were around. Cassie wasn't around, Gina, or any of his other girlfriends. He would always take that time to violate her. This will be the most important cross-examination of this case so far. If the defense is not able to poke holes in her story, they could wrap up this trial today. Between the Kid Cudi incident, between Cassie and mom, the extortion, and now Mia, ain't no way in hell Diddy getting out of this one. Like I said, it was people who have been defending Diddy, and I mean, not in a violent way, just we all, once we left the courtroom, everybody kind of discussed the trial. And it wasn't like people were it was all level-headed people. So even if those people even those who defended Diddy, they weren't like the creeps in the comments. They were just speaking at certain facts or certain things that they didn't feel added up. So it was really healthy conversation, healthy debate, not like what you see on this social media crap. But even those people, after Mia's testimony, they were quiet. One person spoke that was on Diddy's side, and he said, I'm going to just be honest, he said, Diddy raped her. And he had been defending Diddy all week. Mia's testimony shook this trial to the core. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to reiterate. She wasn't a girlfriend. She wasn't a longtime friend. She wasn't any of that. She was just a worker that Diddy worked to the fucking bones. When he threw the computer at her, you know what he told her? Somehow the Wi-Fi wasn't working. So she was trying to type in the computer and figure out why the Wi-Fi wasn't working. He threw the computer at her and said, fucking call Bill Gates if you have to. Get my shit working. Diddy is an evil man. He has a cold. He is much like the devil. When he's being nice, it's only so he can be nasty. He knows what to say. He knows how to play the role, but to his core, There's always evil intent behind it. He needs help, but he needs it from the prison cell. He needs to be locked up the rest of his life. He's enjoyed far too many years of terrorizing people and living the fame and fortune lifestyle. There were times that this lady was running for her life. You know the story about when Cassie was packing up to go to the OVO concert with Drake and the Stylist, who said on the stand yesterday, he was the one, Mr. Nash is the one that set up Cassie with Michael B. Jordan. Side note, that bomb got dropped yesterday too. But remember he told the story about Diddy showed up unannounced when they were helping Cassie pack. They were helping Cassie pack for the OVO concert. And the Stylist had to jump, and Diddy was beating the crap out of Cassie, and the Stylist jumped on his back, and so did Mia, and he threw both of them. But you know what Diddy did to Mia for helping Cassie? He suspended her without pay. She asked HR, Human Resource Department, why? And they just said that's what Diddy asked for. She said Human Resources at Bad Boy Entertainment wasn't there to help the employees at all. Human Resources was only there to carry out whatever fucked up order Diddy passed down. Suspended this girl without pay just for helping Cassie. The atmosphere in that courtroom, I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. Nothing like seeing this firsthand. Nobody left that courtroom thinking Diddy getting off. Nobody. Mia was crying. Mia was measured. Mia couldn't even say certain words. She couldn't even look up a lot of the time. Like I said, a lot of her testimony was done just like this. Looking down, peeking up as Diddy stared with his arms folded in his lap, stared into her soul. It almost to me seemed like he was doing the most he could as far as trying to intimidate her, the most he could from sitting at his chair, just by giving her a cold stare. I am glad that I came to see this in person. And just real quick, I will be here 2 more times. I'm coming back June 22nd, or let's say like the week of the 20th. I'll be back. And then I'll also be back for the verdict. So this isn't my last time. So all the people who are subscribed to the VIP Diddy coverage, I will be back in New York at least 2 more times. Depends on how long the trial goes. But if it ends early July, I'll be back 2 more times. If it goes on a little longer, I'll be back 3 more times. But it is my duty to come see this in person. It's a whole nother feeling. I can't even reveal who she is on my big platform. Too many millions of people see it. I know who she is. On my private chat, my private list, I can say more because it's a small number of people. It's actually less people than was in the courtroom. But I can't reveal her on my social media pages or my podcast. There's too many people, and I just won't do it because it's one of the saddest things I've seen in person. Reading transcripts don't do it justice. Even me reading this article, I'm giving y'all a lot of extra stuff that's not even in the article. It's just so much information Hard to convey it all, hard to put it all in one article. It's hard to put it all in one clip. But being there and being here in general showed me this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I have a passion for it. I'm good at it. And I got a great community behind me. No, this ain't no 50-50 trial at this point. This is a 90-10 trial. 90% guilty. This ain't 50%. This ain't 50-50 at all. You only have to prove 2 acts of RICO. They have like 7 already proven, and they still got like 3 or 4 more weeks left. Like I said, I encourage people to actually learn what conspiracy RICO is. Conspiracy RICO is not hard to prove once you in the hot seat. This is crazy. Forced labor is an act. If you're proven to have forced labor in your criminal enterprise, that's one act of RICO. If you're proven to kidnap someone, if you take somebody against their will, if you're proven to do arson, that's act of RICO. Extortion, bribery. She even told the courtroom Diddy had her set up to lie on the stand against one of his former employees, Capricorn Clark. That's witness tampering. All of this there's so many RICO acts. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Thank you for the super sticker, Carl. Carl Eckester. I really appreciate it. It goes a long way. Every little bit helps. Every little bit is appreciated. Believe it. Well, yeah, y'all know who she is on a small scale, but you knowing who she is and me putting it to my millions and 2-3 million people that view me every day, is 2 different things. At least I know if I don't put it out there, that's about 2 or 3 million more people who won't know. And that's the point of it. I can't control what everybody else did or does. But like I said, it's just when you hear, it's a total different feeling. It's a total different feeling. It's a certain responsibility. It's a certain closeness you feel with that person on the stand because you're right here. But anybody defending that monster at this point needs to find a heart, find a soul. Find a soul. This is ridiculous what I heard in that courtroom. And she's back today. She will be starting today. They didn't even finish. The prosecution didn't even finish with her yesterday. She still has more to discuss. RICO, it's not even the sex trafficking, y'all. Diddy could totally beat the sex trafficking and still do life on conspiracy RICO alone. He could still do life on conspiracy RICO alone. That's what a lot of people don't realize. No, I didn't hear anything about 4 jurors missing. Yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a crazy cross-examination. This is gonna be a crazy cross-examination. Yep, Marie said it's sad what he's done to people. And I tried to tell people, I know firsthand how evil he can be, and I'm learning more than I even thought. Thank you, Laura, for the $9.99 super sticker. I greatly appreciate it. Goes a long way out here in New York. It's very expensive, but I wouldn't trade this trip for the world. And like I told y'all, I will be back at least 2 more times. If the trial stretches a little bit, I'll be back 3 more times. But I will definitely be back in the middle of June, and I'll be back in the beginning of July. No doubt. I am coming back for sure, and I'll continue to give exclusive content, and I will continue to get my ass up and do my podcast, for sure. Yeah, she said she saw that Gene, the security guard, was saying. Also got a chance to interview. Remember I told y'all how that guy Secret Service Sam always putting out lies for clicks and views? Well, he put out a story about saying that Gene Deal knocked somebody out, and I was there. He didn't knock the guy out at all. The guy was regular. The guy wasn't hit at all. And I actually got an interview on that guy with that guy who didn't get knocked out. And it was just more proof that Secret Service Sam always lies for clicks and views, and it's disgusting. He's been doing that from the start. I saw him when he had no followers, and he built all his following on just making up clickbait shit that's not, he knows the shit not true. So it just so happened he got cussed out. If y'all are part of the Diddy VIP list, y'all saw on live, we were just live. Next thing I know, Secret Service Sam is getting cussed out by the guy who he claimed got knocked out by Gene Deal. I got an interview with that guy. Just a lot of extra stuff happened. I had a chance to see Mama Combs, Mama Mohawk, the kids. Got a chance to see them several times. Got footage of them. It's just been an amazing trip. But I wish y'all could have been flies on the wall, because even me telling the story and even with my recaps, as much as I capture the moment as much as I can, nothing like hearing it for yourself. I wish they would just stream this. I wish they would just stream this trial, and they need to change that law about not showing federal cases, because that law is outdated. At this point, you got everybody running around with technology, getting the information right out anyway. Just stream the trial. The public deserves to see and hear this for themselves. They need to change that law. We need to be able to see federal trials on TV, just like any other trial. Yeah, like people said, I can't believe the kids, for the kids to have to be here and see this, and you can see it in their mood. When you see them in person, it's like a totally different thing, y'all. And I saw, man, Diddy's son, Christian, Quincy, and Justin. I'm gonna be honest. The only one out of the kid that kind of just looked normal, like it wasn't affecting him as much, was Quincy. I mean, no. Justin. I don't know if you know the difference between the kids, but Justin is the only one who kind of kept a smile on his face, or kind of just kept an upbeat vibe. But Christian and Quincy, you could see it all over their face and their demeanor, especially Christian. Christian looked like he ain't had no sleep in ages. The mother didn't look too different. The mother kind of looked like she's holding together okay, or as good as it could be expected. But Christian, out of everybody, he looked like he ain't slept in years. And he normally has that youthful, because he's young, he has a youthful face. He looked old. He looked like seeing his dad go through this has aged him tremendously. He looked old. He looked tired. He looked drained. Also, the witness the stylist, I spoke a little bit earlier, but he revealed that he was the one who hooked up Cassie with Michael B. Jordan when they were shooting that movie Honey in Africa. They claimed that Diddy and Cassie were on a break at this time, and Diddy was running around with Gina. Now, let me give you some of what. Now, the defense got their ass handed to them by the defense in general got a crushing blow with Mia, but they have a chance to cross-examine her. But one thing they did get out of the cross-examination of the stylist. The stylist is really good friends with Cassie. And they basically said a lot of the stories that he told about Cassie, he didn't tell in none of the previous interviews with prosecutors. He only told them after Cassie was on the stand. Now, I don't know if that means anything because he did admit that he talked to Cassie. But if you're the defense and you're trying to muddy the waters, that point kind of could muddy the waters. Also, they brought up text messages. And they brought up text messages that showed Cassie doing things with sex toys and packing up sex toys and going to do stuff with men outside of Diddy. And the stylist, even though he was a good friend of Cassie, didn't know about any of this. They revealed text messages of Cassie going on secret trips. So the cross-examination of the stylist was meant to show that whatever Cassie and Diddy did, it was consensual because Cassie was going and doing some of this stuff on her own. But after the defense hammered that point home, the prosecution got up real quick for a redirect, and they asked the stylist about Cassie's 29th birthday when Diddy pried her away from the party to do a freak off that she had been talking about all day that she didn't want to do. And the prosecution asked the stylist about that, and he said emphatically she did not want to do that freak off, and they said no further questions. Now, why was that important? Because basically the point was made that I don't care what you say was consensual. I don't care what she did on her own or with Diddy. If she just said no to one freak off and you forced her to do it against her will, that's sexual assault. That's a crime. And that's sex trafficking. It could be considered sex trafficking, but it also can be a death blow as far as RICO. So that was the cross-examination of the stylist. Other than them poking some holes and trying to show that Cassie did some of that stuff on her own outside of Diddy, the stylist also was a great witness for the prosecution. He detailed the intimidation. He detailed having to run from Diddy himself. He also detailed the violence. He also said Diddy tried to choke him out one time. All normally behind trying to help Cassie. And so they were driving home the point of everybody around Cassie that tried to help was either beat, intimidated, or exiled. Driving home the point that Cassie had nowhere to turn. Because every time she would turn somewhere, Diddy would beat the crap out of her. Today, the testimony. Hey, Trish, thank you for the $9.99 super sticker. Somebody asked me who's else testifying. No, because they're pretty much saying that Mia will be testifying all day today. So she's been on there 2 or 3 days looking like the chef is supposed to testify, Chef Jordan, but I don't know if the Mia testimony is running overtime. I'm not sure. I will find out today who's testifying, and I will either put it in my recap, or I'll let everybody know Monday morning who's testifying. As of right now, like I said, there was supposed to be another cop testifying, another LAPD cop, and the chef. But I don't know if Mia's testimony is running over or what, so I'll let you guys know. Yeah, there are other victims. Yeah, they're not done yet. There's still at least 3 more weeks of prosecution. And in 3 more weeks, they're averaging 1 or 2 days per basically like 1.5 witnesses a day. Well, each witness is averaging like a day. So if we got 3 more weeks, we talking about anywhere from 15 to 20 more witnesses. So this is far from over. A lot more. All right, go ahead and serve breakfast. I appreciate you rocking with me. You know, I got my ass up. You know, I can't go too long without coming to the community and talking to the Flow community. Like I said, I was going to do the one yesterday evening, but the algorithm would not really push out this one this morning. And so I figured I would just be patient and then join today at our regularly scheduled time, 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. And that's why I didn't do the one last night, because I knew I was going to be able to do this one at our regular time. And most of our people are waiting around at 7:30. So I wanted to get back on track with the 7:30 live podcast. But I got more exclusive content to pop out for the VIP Diddy members. So look for that. Once I get done with today's podcast, I will work on that and push that to you guys and give you the links. I will also be back in the courtroom today, recapping the rest of Mia's testimony. I don't know if she's going to be finished today. No, I doubt if she's finished today, because I'm sure her cross-examination is probably going to be long as well. Yeah, and that, y'all right. Somebody just said Christian having accusations too. That could be a reason why he ain't had no sleep. Christian, that could be a reason why Christian ain't look like he ain't had no sleep. Justin looked like he ain't got a care in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you, Justin. Justin don't look affected. I don't know if that's just a good front, but Justin don't look affected. Quincy looks angry. Y'all, Quincy looks angry, and that's the part that's kind of, his demeanor looked kind of weird to me. Like every time I've seen him, he's had like a mean, angry look on his face. Justin looks like he's almost smiling, or just, you know, kind of like carefree, and Christian looks stressed. The mom kind of just looks like a mom, like she know her son. She probably surprised he went this long without being under this type of fire. But like Quincy looks angry. And just think, y'all, I just saw somebody in the chat say something about security. Just think of all the security guards that are gonna have to testify. And V says Christian in the court because Christian's sick in the court because he's worried he's next. Could be the case. But yeah, just think, the security guards still have to testify. I believe D-Rock is going to have to testify. Ruben is going to have to testify. Somebody says, who is it? Cindy says, just found you right before the trial started and been following you ever since. Love your stories. I think that's what you meant to say. I appreciate that, Cindy. Anybody that can find me, I appreciate it. Lily said, be safe out there. I would definitely be safe. But y'all, so I will have more exclusive info. Another recap coming today. Yesterday was emotional, y'all. Yeah. Hey, look, somebody said Quincy secretly hates that man, in my opinion. Yeah, something, you know, like I said, it's different when you can see him in person. And I was very surprised. I thought maybe that just was one day when he was looking angry, but I've saw Quincy every day I've been here, and every day he looks mad at the world. Every day he looks mad at the world. I can't put my finger on it, but y'all have some great guesses. If Diddy is convicted, it's going to add to a lot of credibility of civil lawsuits. And also, I don't know if y'all know this, but if Diddy is convicted, they are seizing all of his assets and all of his companies because they would be found guilty of using to a criminal enterprise to carry out crimes. So can you imagine? He will be as broke as he's ever been in his life. If he is found guilty, they are seizing Bad Boys, Sean John, all of those companies, all of his assets, all of his money, whatever money he ain't able to hide. I'm sure he has sent some money overseas or something, but there's a chance Al B. Sure will testify. I know they asked him to be on the list, but it's a strong chance because as these witnesses testify, whenever they mention certain names, that person gonna come in, and at some point they might even start talking about Kim Porter. Everybody's flipping. As of right now, I don't believe J-Lo's on the list, but we'll see. Yeah, somebody said when Diddy is convicted. Yeah, for sure. Somebody said when Diddy is convicted. Hold on, let me go back up to that comment. Let me post that comment. Somebody that got confidence. Somebody understands RICO. The person that said when Diddy is convicted, they understand RICO. A lot of these people don't understand RICO. A lot of people don't understand RICO at all. And it's sad that people don't just do the research. Quit hopping on here saying stuff when you can look it up yourself and find out what RICO is. Can't find the comment now, but somebody said when Diddy is he said yes, he was a former police. Okay, yeah. People don't understand conspiracy. When they get you conspiracy, it's not and another thing. A reason why people think it's no evidence is because they're not putting the evidence out there in these articles. All the evidence is being revealed in the courtroom. Text messages, audio, video. They have evidence on everybody that testified. They have evidence that accompanies their testimony. So for all those people that were saying that they don't have any evidence, you're not seeing the evidence. You have to be in the courtroom to see 80% of the evidence. There's evidence that goes along with every single person that testified that they don't reveal to the public. Like all of these text messages that I've seen, they're not in any of these articles. They're not online anywhere. Yeah, they are. Yeah, the media and blogs, especially TMZ, are being really biased because think about it. This is a huge case. If or when Diddy is found guilty, that's going to put a lot of these people on the hot seat. A lot of these people are doing the same forced labor. A lot of them engaging in same forcing people against their will or using their power and fame to get people to have sex and do all type of things. They are worried. They are worried. Yep, TMZ is ran by the entertainment industry. Anybody still getting their news from TMZ? I feel bad. You're being lied to. They're so compromised. Yeah, they got all those cameras and tapes. That's why I say, y'all, remember, we got 3 more weeks. And just like I told y'all, it's getting worse and worse as we get closer to the end of the prosecution with their case. Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all to prosecute anybody is familiar with court cases. Know that the prosecution puts on their best witnesses and best victims towards the end. So as much as thank you so much, Steph. She says, you work hard, Flo. Grab a coffee on me. Much love, Mr. I Told You So. Yes, Mr. I Told You So is back. Thank you, Steph, for the $9.99 super sticker. I will definitely give me some coffee and breakfast. I need it. No, I just don't think they got hardcore evidence on the kids yet. That's what I really think it is. I just don't think they got hardcore evidence yet. I believe they probably invested. I'll be honest. I think if he's convicted, there will be a full investigation into the kids. That's just my opinion. But I don't think they're holding back the information for no particular reason. I'm just being honest. I just think that you got to think Diddy has a mountain of shit going on. It's almost impossible because you don't want to spread yourself thin and get to talking about so much stuff you can't get to conviction. I think they're focusing on where they have the most hardcore evidence right now. But it's like R. Kelly. I don't think after Diddy is convicted here, I don't think that's where it ends. Remember, R. Kelly kept having court case after court case and was getting convicted all over the place after his initial RICO conviction. I believe the same fate is going to be for Diddy. I don't think this is it. No problem. I don't think this is it. I think once they get this conviction, it will be just like R. Kelly. Diddy's going to be getting convicted for all kind of shit. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie said, I love how honest you are, Flo, watching in the UK. Yeah, I don't do stuff for clicks and views. I just give you my honest view. Totally honest. I don't try to blow up stuff just to make it seem bigger than it is. I don't ride the wave of all the conspiracy theories. I do put out some conspiracy theories. I believe in a lot of conspiracy theories, but I don't run with all of them. But I do my research before I speak. So if I can't research it and find a lot of credible evidence, then a lot of times maybe they can't either. But like I said, if you remember the R. Kelly situation, thank you, Melissa. I got to speak on that. Unfortunately, there is so much that just shows you how evil this world is. People are so busy trying to make money off of this trial. They are putting out crap that has no basis in truth just for a view, just for a click. Makes me sick. It makes me sick, y'all. I hate all the misinformation. And I like that y'all hit me up and ask me is stuff true. I try to answer anytime I see somebody ask me, is some news true? I try to answer because it makes me sick to my stomach that people are running around just saying anything, and we dealing with real victims, horrible shit, horrific memories, and we're dealing with victims who have been raped and all kind of stuff, and you got people running around talking about a Prince tape talking about Diddy was played in the courtroom, or LeBron James is being looked into next. Like, quit making shit up, man. It's so much real information. Why waste time making up shit for a click and a view? My page is Flo Daddy Flo on Instagram and on Facebook. Well, you already follow me on Facebook, but on Instagram it's Flo Daddy Flo. And on TikTok, it's the Flo Show No Filter. They banned my old Flo Daddy Flo account because I was giving too much real news. But I went ahead and just recently started one for the Flo Show No Filter. So that's how you can follow me, bro. But Let me see if any news has broke while we've been on. Stuff has been breaking left and right, but yeah, I'm glad you brought up that it's been so much crap that people have been putting out that's not true at all, just for clicks and views. It makes me sick. I don't understand it. But let's see what we got coming through the wire. Nothing so far. Let's see if I can find. I'm trying to see if I can let y'all know about anybody else set to testify. Oh. Let's talk about the celebrities who are running and ducking and dodging and hiding. So remember I told you that Swiss Beats, a famous producer who has a lot of ties with Diddy, was there when Diddy threw the computer at Miss Mia because she couldn't fix the internet and told her, you need to fucking call Bill Gates if you have to. Well, what's going on now is celebrities are reportedly scraping and scramming around, hiring lawyers to try to avoid having to testify at Diddy's trial. Several high-profile names have been mentioned in court, and they all looking for attorneys. Let's talk about it. In nearly 4 weeks, all type of stuff has come out, with the potential for others to be named. This is from the independent publication out of the UK. With potential of others to be named, people are claiming that these celebrities are lawyering up. I have heard that some celebrities worried about being called to testify have even lawyered up already and are more lawyering up right now. We said they've been scrambling. We said these celebrities have been so quiet. You can hear a cat piss on cotton. You can hear an ant pass gas. And now they're quietly behind the scenes looking for more attorneys to help them get out of this mess because they watch crimes and they didn't do shit about it. They don't want to speak. And that's why we need to just quit supporting these celebrities. They didn't speak before and they try not to speak now. Why do we give them our money? Why do we give these celebrities our money? They didn't speak up when all this crap was going on, and now they're trying to use their money to not speak even now. Why do we support them? Any celebrity that's not speaking up on this and acting like it's not happening, we shouldn't give them a dime. We shouldn't support their movie, their TV show, their Netflix series, none of that shit. It is disgusting, despicable. And it shows you why we should never put our faith in them in the first place. Diddy even stole Mia's idea and didn't pay her for it, y'all. Mia had an idea for a show that was a comedy, and it was going to detail the life of a hustler, and it was going to be about her. And Diddy stole her idea and didn't give her a lick of credit, stole money from her. Another thing, side note, the Stylist spoke about another NFL player that Cassie dated, Andre Branch. I don't know if y'all are fans of Andre Branch, but I just thought I would throw that little tidbit out there that was exposed in the courtroom. And somebody named Brandon in the NBA. I don't know which Brandon, but that was also exposed in the courtroom. But like you said, I would stop supporting Anyone that's tied to this, I can't give I wish I could give you an exact list, but J-Lo, anybody that's tied to this, Swiss Beats, any names you hear that didn't do anything, stop supporting them. That's what I can say. I don't want to just name names off the top of my head, but if you hear them and being mentioned in this case and they didn't do anything about it, Neo, Usher, I'm sorry, I'm a huge Usher fan. But to know that Usher was right there and watched Diddy punch Cassie in the stomach and didn't say or do anything about it, I can't support nobody like that. I'm sorry. I don't care about money, fame, and music when it comes to being a decent person and doing the right thing. At least saying something. But sitting there in silence as if it's not even happening, I can't respect that. I can't respect that. Neo, Interscope, don't support anything Interscope does. Hey, Jennifer, the Flow Show is in full effect. You know, I had to get back on and get back to my regularly scheduled schedule. Everybody say good morning to Jennifer. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, TGIF. Funky Friday. Andre, yeah, so yeah, the Stylist shut shit down too. Somebody said Usher handed Bieber over to Sean. It is crazy. This whole, and let me tell y'all something. It's almost like 90% of this industry is into this freaky stuff. And that's the saddest part about my research. I don't know how many co-conspirators he has, but if I'm naming off the top of my head, I would say Ruben, the security, is one. I believe Capricorn Clark was named as one. Because of, even though she was forced, she helped indirectly or directly. D-Rock has to be one. Christine Coram, just think about it. Christina Coram has not entered the chat yet. She was Diddy's chief of staff, the head of the monster. Think about the people who we haven't heard from yet. That's what I want y'all to do. Think about the people we haven't heard from. Christina Coram, the chief of staff. Imagine when she gets up there, what she knows. Imagine what D-Rock knows. Imagine what the other security guard, Ruben, knows. They have been placed at the scene of all these crimes and they haven't been on the witness stand yet. I told you they put their best and most impactful witnesses towards the end. That last 2 weeks is going to be on fire. Y'all, they already have proven RICO. Can you imagine after the security gets on stand? That's why I say people who talking about this ain't no case, the prosecution don't have a case, this hasn't been proven, this ain't proven, Diddy go, man. Y'all don't need to be speaking on no cases. Let leave that up to me. Because I can tell y'all not reading nothing, y'all not y'all not researching nothing, y'all not asking Google, y'all not chat GPT, y'all not using any other resources out here to come up with a concise explanation as to what the fuck is going on. This case makes R. Kelly case look like child's play. I'm done supporting. I'm done supporting these celebrities who ain't saying shit. Okay, Akeem said he played college football in what? South Carolina. Is that what that is? Good info, man. Good info. Yeah, people say, yeah, I'm definitely looking at Usher different. Yeah, he could put them cherries up and them strawberries and cherries. All that is bullshit. You don't care about women. You like Diddy. You just putting on a show. Because if you cared, you wouldn't. I ain't no way in hell I could watch nobody punch no woman and I sit there and don't say nothing. Ain't nobody asking you to just whoop Diddy's ass, but you can at least get in the middle and say, hold up, bro, that ain't cool. Show the woman you have some type of protection. Don't be like these creeps in the comments defending Diddy. But I'm going to be honest. The creeps in the comments are starting to dwindle. As this case goes on, even a lot of the people that were supporting Diddy are starting to be very quiet. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the voices of those comment creepers is getting very, very light. Yeah, somebody said, Yanni says, I really hope this case makes people pause and rethink celebrity worship and culture. Right. I agree. Somebody said something about, I saw something about Jay-Z. Did you hear anything about Jay-Z being under? No, that's clickbait. That's more clickbait. I ain't heard nothing about Jay-Z being under investigation. That's why I say it's disgusting what people are saying and doing just for clicks, man. So I would say, to answer the co-conspirator question, seems like it's about at least 10 conspirators. In my estimation. Somebody said, exactly. Can't believe our media is still glorifying some of these creeps. Even Martha. One thing about it, the Flow community ain't glorifying them, and that's what I'm proud of. The Flow Show No Filter community, the Flow community, we don't like it. And that's what I like about it. When I come back out here, I'll be relaunching my merch store with more sayings and more stuff. So June 22nd, look for the relaunch of the merch store with more merch, new ideas. Somebody said, Jodeci, yeah, where's KK? That's what I said. Christina Korm, the chief of staff. Imagine what she has to say. Yep, somebody said every week it's getting worse and worse for the diddler. It sure is. And I told y'all that. And I told y'all it was going to get worse and worse as we get to the end of this trial. Shout out to all the victims, y'all. Let's pray for them. Let me see a couple more facts that I may have missed. Let's go over it. Because Mia said so much that I still, everything I've said, I'm sure I missed some stuff. Mia's testimony was damaging for them. Mia also said that Diddy would tell her just to keep it moving. Don't tell nobody about anything, and it should have been ominous, because one thing Mia said at the very, very beginning of her testimony, and I was in there from the very, very beginning of her testimony. One thing she said was the very first time she got the job, the human resource department lady, whoever ran that for Diddy, took her to meet Diddy in his mansion or in his penthouse or whatever. And Diddy opened the door. He had nothing but his underwear on. Now, which boss, what company you work for that you go meet the boss, and when you go meet the boss, he don't have nothing on but his underwear? What company does that? And that foreshadowed what was to come. And a lot of people, that's why I say it's so much info. It's stuff you ain't even going to find in these articles just because it's so much info. Nobody even talked about that. That was the very first part of her interview. when she talked about, of her testimony, when she talked about, she went through numerous interviews, then she went through a 2-week trial period. And then when she went to finally meet Diddy for the first time, boy ain't had nothing on but his underwear. That told you what type of time he was on. Today's gonna be more of Mia. Mia's not done. So she said, this person, Vanessa, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but good morning. Thanks for reporting to us. Who will be the witness today? It's gonna be Mia. Mia should be all day today. They haven't even cross-examined her yet. So Mia should be all day today. And remember, the chef is supposed to testify, and Diddy put hands on the chef. Yes, pray for all the victims. This live. Yeah, this is live. Somebody says this live. Yeah, this is live. This is live. I'm live and direct with my community. I love all of y'all. I just want to let y'all know, I got some more to talk about, but just want to let y'all know that I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I have the most supportive, loving, non-judgmental community on the planet. Y'all have pushed me to top 1% of all the mainstream media. I'm top 1% journalist. And if you include all the journalists worldwide, independent journalists, everybody under the sun, y'all have put me in the top 3% in 2.5 years. And it's just by me being me. I ain't doing nothing special at all. I'm not doing stuff for clicks and views. I just get on here, turn my computer on, and be honest with y'all. And for that, y'all have supported me and pushed me to heights I never saw coming myself. So I don't care. I always got to take some time to let y'all know I appreciate it. To be in the top 1 to 3% journalists in the world is unbelievable, especially because I don't compromise myself. I don't say shit I don't feel. I don't say shit I don't believe, and I don't go with any narrative. I just give you my honest opinion. Whether it's pro Diddy or against Diddy, whatever the information is, I just give it to y'all. And simply by doing that, y'all have pushed me to the top 1-3%. I ain't even put a shirt on yet. And that's the funny thing, and it's a serious trial, so I haven't been too many jokes today. But the funny thing is hearing everybody having fun and tripping out or seeing me with so much clothes on. That's been like the most sad thing of all my Diddy coverage. When they see me reporting outside, they like, they say, oh, he got on clothes. And I made a joke. I told them that they wouldn't let me go in the courtroom without my shirt, and I filed a motion. So I'm waiting on the judge to hit me back and respond to my motion of, do I have to have a shirt on in the courtroom? Are you violating my rights? Love you too, Lord. All of y'all, like for real. I told y'all from the beginning. Y'all see, when I called out TMZ, that let y'all know TMZ asked me to be on that show. I've been on that show 5, 6, or 7 times. But once they exposed themselves, and I already had cut them off because I felt like they were using me, and I don't need TMZ. My reach, if you look at TMZ views on Instagram and Facebook and look at my views, they not pound for pound nowhere near me. So, but I like to let y'all know, I've been telling y'all from the beginning, I don't give a shit about the mainstream media. I don't care about the celebrity world. All I care about is my real family in real life and my community, y'all. I don't give a fuck how big I get. I don't care when I become the #1 journalist, because I ain't stopping here. The top 3%, 2%, 1%, that ain't good enough. We taking this community to #1, and even when I get to #1, it's gonna be just me and my community. I don't give a fuck about everybody else. I told y'all that from the beginning, and I showed y'all that to this day. because I didn't have to speak on TMZ. I could still been going on TMZ, loving the limelight, loving the exposure. Fuck TMZ and anybody that's not about the truth. And so I appreciate that y'all chose me and I chose y'all. And I'm going to make y'all more proud as we continue this journey, as we continue to climb to the top, as we continue to kick ass and take names. I tell y'all, like I always say, this ain't an ass kissing zone. Anybody looking for their ass to be kissed, this ain't the show. We giving it to you raw and real. I'm just a straightforward person. I don't have no anger towards anybody. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you a straightforward answer. A lot of people don't do that anymore. So a lot of people sometimes take my straightforward answer as me being mad. It's not. I'm in complete control of my life. I'm secure in my belief. Nobody can make me upset because of your opinion. I appreciate opinions. But I also don't get emotional, and I also not kissing nobody's ass. And that including TMZ. They can kick them same rocks in them same flip-flops without them socks just like everybody else. Because I started this journey amplifying victims' stories, and I'm going to finish this journey amplifying victims' stories, and I don't give a damn who like it or not. If you haven't noticed, I don't give a shit. My platform is to amplify victim stories. If you want to pander to the wealthy, if you want to act like only the wealthy deserve justice, that's on you. But I'm going to be over here being amongst the people, being a voice of the people, and amplifying the people. That's what I'm doing from here to this shit is over with. And so again, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for rocking with me, for placing me on top of this shit. And the other podcasters, the other news, all these other people, they know they can't do shit with me. If you notice, don't nobody call my name no more. Remember Stevie J, couple other little bad boy people, couple people here and there tried it a long time ago. Well, those days are over with. They know they can't fuck with me or my community. We mighty. We stick together. We don't die like they used to say about Bebe's kids. We don't die, we multiply. And I appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to cover these cases, to cover these stories, to shout out my subscribers, to shout out everybody who supports me. And if you're not supporting this movement and you supporting the celebrities, then go ahead and do you. We got a different plan here. And without further ado, let me shout out these subscribers who've been subscribing even while I'm out here. Oh shit, I can't pull them up. I'm gonna have to do them Monday, y'all. I'm gonna have to shout out the subscribers Monday. But it's been a hell of a ride, y'all. And we ain't stopping. We popping. We gonna continue to stand up for whoever needs to be stood up for. Because that's what we here for. I'm not here for no other reason. I'm not here to be cute. I'm not here to be a star. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here to represent for the many victims like the ones we see in this Diddy case. And after the Diddy case is over, we will be right back doing our same thing. After this Diddy case is over, it don't stop for us. This is our mission. If you've been following me, you know this is what I've been doing from the beginning. It's representing for victims, no matter big or small, whether you famous, whether you not famous. Flo got your back. And I got a community that got my back. And with all that said and done, let's continue to do what we do. Let's continue to do what we do. Oh, I was able to get them pulled up, y'all. Shout out to Cynthia Harris, a VIP Diddy customer. Janan, Jen, Aaliyah, Nikki, Guinea, Jeanne, Jeannie. Jeannie did a $3 subscription. Much love to you. Jennifer, $23. Carla, $23. Karina, $23. Kip, $3. Angie B, $3. Bree Shannon, $3. Sine, $4. All of y'all have made this my dream come true, and we're going to continue to do what we do. Let's get them I'm outs in the chat so I can get my ass back to work. Much love to everybody. You can send me videos on my social medias, Flow Daddy Flow, on Instagram and Facebook. I got a super chat. Let me not forget to shout out this super chat, or somebody just sent something. Let's get the I'm outs in the chat, y'all. We have our own language. We have our own style. We have our own community, and our community is based in love. They can't figure it out, but it ain't for them to figure out. Long as we know what we got. Melissa, thank you for the $4.99. Melissa says, thank you for always being real and honest and giving us the real info. Always, y'all. No clicks and views. Not for clicks and views here. Let's get the I'm outs in the chat. Somebody said they just came across a short that I put out. Yeah, I got a lot. You got to check out a lot of my videos. Like Steph said, I'm out. And like this person said, and I like it. Yeah, you missed it, Anitra, but you can catch the reprime. I got to get out of here. Like Steph said, I'm out. I love y'all, but I'm out. Check me out.